Yeah, to some people it might just be a simple like, he's out of town. That's it. But to us, it's like, nah.
Right. There's more to it than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a new part.
It just said that. Did you not read the second definition?
Version.
The version. Version.
Which means it's an updated thing, like version 2.0.
Okay, we're not that kind of podcast.
Not saying that you are. Forgive me if that's how it came out. No, not at all.
Oh crap!
I was wondering if you were going
Every episode we get canceled.
going to cover yourself on that one, bro.
Welcome to the most eclectic podcast in the world. This is We're Not Dead. It just feels so good to say that, you know?
It does.
We're not.
It does.
To be official.
We are We're Not Dead
We're
podcast.
officially not dead.
That's right.
We didn't know till now, but
my
we're not
name is
dead.
AJ.
Waka.
Jay.
Ace.
Welcome.
This is We're Not Dead podcast. This podcast is a podcast of We're Alive. And we review, we listen to a podcast, and we make a podcast out of that podcast. You get it. If you haven't listened to the recent podcast, please make sure you listen to that first, because this episode is full of spoilers. And we want you to enjoy this episode. So please go there and listen to the whole thing till the end of the credits, because that's how you're supposed to appreciate every episode's TV shows and movies. And then come back here and listen to us and have fun with us.
Be wrong.
That's right.
Besides, you people know who you are.
That's right. Before we start, again, we want to say thank you to the people that commented on our last episode, including Casey. We will read some of you guys' comments as much as we can. Right now it's viable, we can do it, but I mean, we can see that in the future we're gonna have like 1,000 of comments, right guys?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I have no idea what the comments were, not gonna lie, because I just was so busy this last week I didn't get to read them.
And we're not gonna be able to read all of them, so we're gonna be selective. So right now, comment as much as you can, because we're gonna read them.
I love Casey's comments.
Yeah, they're the best.
So you'll have to forgive me, I can't laugh right now, so it's gonna look really weird.
You mean sound really weird?
Oh yeah, we're good.
Put a little generic
All right,
ha
go
ha ha ha.
Yeah.
If I laugh, I'll go into like a coughing fit, and that's just not good.
Okay, so I just want to mention this. Every time one of our guys leave, I always leave it in the video, because I want people to know. Like in this past episodes now, they're like, why are they saying bye to someone?
We got a guy in the back.
Some random guy in the back.
We have a crew.
We're not gonna explain it. We're not. It's
okay.
just part of the
No,
song.
We don't know what it
So
is.
you just
The voice is in his head.
Exactly.
Just let
It just happens. It just happens. All right, this is the last iteration of chapter 15. Yep, iteration.
I don't think you know what that term means.
Part iteration.
Part. Iteration is like a version.
Yeah.
So if they like remade an episode and changed it, that would be an iteration.
No, iteration is the episode, like the release.
No.
Yes.
Iteration is a version.
Google it right now.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Oh man, we're fighting. What was the word for the pod?
Eclectic.
Oh,
Eclectic. I liked that one. That was a good one.
Thank you, thank you.
Iteration.
That was
The
a solid one.
repetition of a process or utterance. A new version of a piece of computer hardware or software. Repetition of a mathematical or a computational procedure. So it's a repetition. It's the same thing over and over again. Not a new part.
It just said that. Did you not read the second definition?
Version.
The version. Version.
Which means it's an updated thing, like version 2.0.
Okay, we're not that kind of podcast. We're not the kind of podcast who debate on dumb things, and you call us damn.
We about to be.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, you're right.
Comment who you think is right.
We do
Just
that.
saying.
Oh, that's true. That is true. Comment that. Of chapter 15.
I'm just here.
This is a chapter 15.
I'm just here.
Episode 3 of Valley of the Shadows of Death. Shadow of Death.
Yes.
All right. There
Valley
we
of
go.
Shadow of
There we
Death.
go.
Bro,
Yes.
this was the moment that I had been waiting
Yeah.
for.
Oh man.
It was
There
good.
was all the buildup. Literally just came out to like a wonderful crescendo for this.
Right?
This episode. Holy cow!
Our boy
So
Alex tried
good.
to shine in this one, man. He was
Chairs
so
broke.
good.
I know. This is definitely. I'm gonna say this. Okay. It's very satisfying. This episode it just pays off.
Right?
You know what I mean? It's like after this episode, after I listen to it, it's like this is great. This is such a great episode. It's like a
Yeah.
What they say, a breath of fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was a
Yeah.
great episode.
This episode is beyond stamping my love for Alex.
Yeah, exactly.
It was good. It
Dude,
was good.
yeah.
Alex,
Alex went
the
from here
more
to
we
here,
see
man.
Alex, the more he's becoming like a favorite of mine.
Not at
Like,
all what I
really
expected.
couldn't-
Yeah.
Yeah, no, his character growth and character development has been phenomenal.
Yeah,
like
I
just the
agree.
way that even like the voice has been betraying him. It's been updating and improving, and like it's helping the depth of the character so much.
Yep.
It really sounds like he's gone from a false confident kid to being like an actual leader figure, and it's amazing.
Yeah, he's been blooming. He's been blooming as a character and as a soldier. We've seen that throughout the past episodes, and then this is like the crescendo of his, his
Growth.
character.
Yeah.
As a soldier, as Alex. But yeah, all right, let's talk about this. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Why are you staring at me?
Oh
like that?
yeah.
I was just waiting for a break so I could say Dot is coming along really well too.
Yeah.
I mean,
agree.
her vocabulary is like quadrupled.
Right. So okay,
I gotta ask Jay on that note. Are you more okay with how fast she's been progressing now?
At moments,
Okay.
because
Initially, you were kind of like on the bench, kind of not satisfied, but like back and forth.
I wanted it to drag out a little more because I mean you got to expect now that she's around people that care about her and that she cares about that she would start to
Putting
either remember words or get past the trauma to be able to say words or just learn new words. But so at moments, I mean, it totally makes sense. There's some times where it's almost like she makes a complete sentence, and I'm just like, that seemed like a really big jump, But no, I'm okay with most of it. Yeah, it seems
Okay.
pretty reasonable.
Right.
So
my side on that whole Dot situation is she must have been alone for a long time, or she just pushed herself to the limits in this later on, because for her not to learn any other words besides Dot, before they met her, she's got to be isolated, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And or she just didn't push herself to learn, and now that she met Alex and she want to have a patom with Alex, so she like she like want
Gots
to
to
learn.
flirt.
I will say that's actually becoming one of my favorite parts is the fact that every time you're seeing like the big jumps of growth for her, it's only really when she's talking to Alex. Like, yeah, she had the growth moment when she said Garrett's name and stuff like that. But
You mean Grant.
and
Grant,
and
sorry,
Gloria.
Grant. When she said Grant's name, like, cool, like, she said another name, that's cool. But every time she's saying, like, more lines, or you see her struggling to force more lines, it's always to Alex.
This
Freaking
time
love
she
that.
she spoke to other people too, I think, in this episode.
She is, but it seems like she's saying more of the comfortable words to other people and struggling to say new things to Alex.
Yeah.
Almost like, she's like, you already see me struggle and have seen like the strain and stress of it. So I'm going to struggle to you so that way I can just be quote unquote normal to other people.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I love it though. She has a very adorable voice. Now, so the episode started as we continue with Vera and Nekoma talking. Nekoma wants her dart badly. Nekoma told Vera that she was okay with all of these, and she's like, you seem to be really okay with all of these things. And Vera's response was impeccable. She said, "You're okay." Her response, like her response back, like a burn kind of thing to Nekoma is, "You're asking me. I mean, you're okay with how Boar runs things." And she said that, she said that don't confuse curiosity with enjoyment. Yep.
That was a painful line to hear. Like,
Yeah.
it was a good line.
Yeah. Don't. I didn't put it in my notes, but I'm still gonna say it. Then I wasn't planning to say it, but I want to say it. When she said, "Don't confuse curiosity with enjoyment," that's what every virgin say before they go to a strip club. Don't confuse curiosity with enjoyment. There, I said it. Okay. But no, that response to Nekoma is you're okay with how Don't give me that look, Ace. I see you. I see your character. I know the kind of look you're giving me.
He's still glaring.
I know. He said you're okay with Boar and how Boar run things, and then you're gonna question me or them and how they run things.
I wonder if in that moment they were putting the connection together of how the Boar runs things is similar to how the family was running things.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I think the way that they meant it was simply just not necessarily the same, but very controlling, and secretive.
Well, because I think even the system and how they do things, it's got to be similar. You know? What I mean?
That's what the Boar knows.
Yeah.
But I don't think in their head they put together that she was family yet.
Yeah.
I think
I don't think so, no.
I think it was right now. It's just a matter of, they're pretty crazy and intense, but you were okay with the Boar being crazy and intense.
Yeah.
You know.
But I think in the last part of that conversation, we're gonna hear that later on. But when Nekoma asked Vera, if you tell me what kind of training they're doing, that's when she start connecting everything. Because the training that the Boar was doing to his people is the same. It's got to be the same training that they're doing there.
I don't think so.
No, it's got to be.
I don't think that was her putting it together. I think that was
No. I'm saying that she's going to find out once Vera's telling her, this is what we do. This is how we learn things. And she's like, oh, that seems familiar.
I already know this.
Yeah, I already know this.
That'll be really cool. I would actually like it a lot if they started kind
Putting
of
the pieces together?
being like, this is way too familiar and way too much like everything I've been dealing with.
Yeah.
I would actually like that a lot.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
Well, Nekoma already said that when they got in the compound, she said that this thing oddly seemed familiar. She said that. So now when she gets more information, that's when she's like, do you guys know this person from Prim? And that's when they're gonna find out that she's family.
Yeah.
All right. Now Oliver came back and confirmed that Fingers is gonna be okay.
Right.
Now her feelings towards Nekoma, definitely questionable. He asked Nekoma about her darts.
Your darts are truly unique. Our armorer has seen just about every weapon you can imagine, but nothing like this.
What can I say? They're special.
How does it work?
You load the dart in the blowgun. Poof. Sticks where you shoot it. And as long as you get into the skin deep enough, they go down.
And the darts, they're dipped in different types of poisons, I'm assuming. Where does that come from? Do you make it? You know, your stay here is contingent upon understanding how all this works.
Nekoma.
Frogs, okay? Comes from frogs.
Oliver wants to know more about the dart and where she gets them. Nekoma said it's from frogs. They're originally from Colombia. She is still hesitant to tell him where she gets them. I mean, I don't blame her one bit. From hiding all of these things. Oliver said, "I have shared a great deal of mine. This way will be even." And then I said, not really though. They're not really even.
He shared a lot of information though with them in general.
No, I mean what I mean is this. Oliver could just easily kill her, and then it's not even, because now one of the main reasons why, besides Vera, one of the main reasons why he wouldn't kill Nekoma is because she knows about the dart. You know.
But yeah, that's the reason she's there. That's the reason she's there. Yeah.
Yeah, but now that she gave up the dart, she doesn't have any more cards to play.
But he gave her her word his word that she was under his protection.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it sounds like their word is very strong to them. It's a very big bond.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
which that's good to see that like he is still kind of that same character that we've come to know over years, really. Right. Like even though we've only seen him in one other major part, like he is still that same Jeremy, per se.
Right. The only thing that he didn't keep, though, only promise that he didn't keep is with CJ. That's the only promise that he didn't keep. Yeah.
Were they married?
We're not gonna talk about that.
They were together, but not.
Yeah, we don't know if they were married.
Well, we don't know. We don't know if they're married. But you would see anyway. Now we hear I love this. This is one of my favorite scenes in the episode, is hearing the backstory of Nakoma. Knowing who she is, it's really interesting. And on top of that, actually let's keep going before we land to a big revelation. I had to pause the podcast and gasp, like, what? Anyway, we have a backstory of Nakoma, and she lived on a reservation.
Nakoma! Yeah, Mom?
What is your mom's name?
Was Leora Birch.
There you are. Guess what? I finished it. Your very own Nakoma. Here, test it out. Steady. Yes! It's perfect. That's my girl.
Her mom's name is, I had to ask Casey about this because I couldn't figure out her real name. Leora. I thought it's like Laura. Is it? I couldn't like.
Well, it's an Indian name.
Yeah, Nakoma is kind of like mumbling the word. So Casey told me it's Leora Birch.
Leora.
I was curious when she said her last name, not her black name, last name. Well, I was curious if it was going to be something related to Black or Blackburn or one of the other. I wasn't actually curious about the Blackburn trouble. I was hoping it was going to be related to Dawson, and that when she said it, you would like hear him stop writing and almost hear him like lift his head, kind of thing. Like I was hoping for that so bad, and then she just said a name and went on. However, I'm curious, because they stated it, if it's going to come into play at some point.
Yeah.
I really hope so. I think it'd be really cool. I mean, it's not one of those things like it's gonna be like. I don't think it's gonna be super important at the point that we're at, but I think it would just be super cool.
Yeah. Just the fact that he stopped writing.
Exactly.
You know, that it's got to mean something. Like whether he didn't want to say it in front of Vera or in front of them, maybe in the background he will tell Vincent or Fingers or somewhere. But I feel like it will come up. It's like Birch. I recognize that last name. When she mentioned that her dad left out of the city, we can easily just say, oh, it was just a part of the story, but we know that it could play a part of the whole story. You know what I mean? It could be just to some people it might just be a simple like, he's out of town, that's it. But to us it's like, nah.
right.
There's more to it than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Got some splaining to do over there.
Oh, if he is family.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking too.
Or something related to that Oliver knows. Yeah,
maybe.
And then, so she explained the process and how to extract the poison from the frogs. This is very interesting. She said that the frogs have to eat specific bugs, and the bugs has to eat a specific plant, and that specific plant has to survive in a specific place. So self-nurturing, everything, reliant. She said that it cannot be moved. Like that place has to stay there, for that reason.
So. I'm looking up the Inta in Ure reservation.
Yeah.
Where she was.
Yeah.
And it is huge.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's probably a good 30, 40 miles across in one of the shortest areas. No, that's closer to 40 miles in there, probably 40 by 40, and then another 80 by 60 miles next to it. So it's pretty big.
Right.
That is huge.
That's absolutely massive.
Yeah. And we see now, we heard a little bit of how she was trained by her mom and the whole process, and we heard the blow darts hitting the typical infected and all that, and their accuracy is impeccable until
Boulder happened.
Nakoma, get inside! Mom! What was that? I don't know. Just please, get in here!
The city was overrun by Inks infected, but I thought they blew it up.
There were still survivors from Boulder who were able to flee, and with them brought all new horrors.
Mom! It's not working! Their skin won't take the darts! too thick. I can't stop them either. Baby, listen, okay. Take the escape bag and run, Nakoma. Run!
Mom, I'm not leaving you. Please. I can't go.
Listen to me! I said run!
Run, baby. Mom? Mom?
I did what my mom asked. I ran.
Fire Nation attack. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
I know, dude. I'm just gonna say that. But she's until Boulder happened, bro. Who would have known that we go back to Boulder?
Gosh,
Yeah.
I was not ready for that.
No, me neither.
Yeah, when she
So
said
I was
Boulder,
on the other side of my office, like setting up my drum kit or whatever. I was doing that, and so I'm like facing away from my computer. I did it such a fast 180.
Yeah.
Holy
I know.
crap.
I know. I had to pause my podcast and gasp, like literally, what?
This is one of the biggest, like, mind blown moments of all of Descendants so far.
No.
To me.
Yeah.
Like, never expected. And this opens up so much, like, possibility. Because, like, this could literally open a world to where little ones survived.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we knew that the little ones survived because they got to the base, right?
Yeah, but we also had kind of assumed that they almost gathered, came back together, and all attacked at once. But this could almost bring in a world where they went off and did their own thing, and created their own spawns and descendants over time. Like we don't know, but and probably not. But it just opens that box of like, well, what if?
Because right now, we talked about this in the previous episode. Right now, the only Ink's descendant is
Cole.
what the heck? No, not Cole. Like kids. I'm talking about
the little ones.
No, it's the big guy in the Colosseum.
Behemoth.
Fredo?
Oh,
Fredo.
Are you talking...
Fredo is the
Fredo,
only
yeah.
Ink's descendant that we know of. Because we believe that Cole precedes Ink. Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
well, that's one of the theory. Yeah, that's one of the theory.
Yeah, one of the big theories is that that Cole is what was at the bottom of that hole when Saul was yelling at the end.
And Ink was trying to get to him.
No, when he's trying to get to Ink.
Something along.
Yeah. Well, Ink was having them dig the hole, right? So Ink was trying to get to Cole.
No, wait, what?
Wasn't it?
No.
Wait. No.
Wasn't Ink in the caverns?
No,
Ink was in the caverns. I believe he was trying to create Cole.
Yeah.
But you just said that one theory is that Cole was before Ink. Predates him.
Yeah, that was the one theory, and then this is the other theory about Cole, that he's creation of Ink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's the side that I definitely lean more towards.
Because remember in the end when Saul said, "Michael, you're right.
You were right."
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
That big "you were right" moment is what it was. Like,
Yep.
whoa, wait a minute. Like everything is different.
Right.
Like everything you thought that was it. That was the case.
Yeah.
As a side note, Boulder is 368 miles by car away from their reservation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, because they
through the mountains.
Well, because they reached the base. You remember in Story Survival?
Oh yeah,
Fort Irwin. Yeah, I mean the people reached the Fort Irwin too, not just the
Where
little
is
ones.
Fort?
Yeah.
Fort Irwin.
They
It's
reach
far.
Yeah.
It is far. I mean, they used the helicopter to travel and transport the.
The Fort Irwin is 940 miles.
Yeah.
By car.
Yeah. They reached that far. So anyway, this backstory, a little bit of backstory of Nakoma is unreal, and then it confirmed what we talked about last week, that not all infected has soft skin. because they tried to use the dart on these little ones, and but they said that it's not piercing them, it's not going through them.
We already knew that, didn't we? Because
Yeah,
they weren't able to staple stuff to some of them because they were like leather.
No. No, that episode is they could staple them, but it's coming off because it's like wet.
It was like they were stapling and the staples were like coming out.
But
these ones, they were always described to have harder skin and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Like leathery kind of thing. Ugh. Okay. Darts can't pierce through the little one's skin. Her hideout is in Colorado, east of Black Ridge Rock.
Did they specify that they were little ones?
Yeah, that's what the no, they didn't say little ones, but Nakoma said it came from Boulder, and that's the only thing that came from Boulder.
Kind of make the assumption of it was little ones that did that, and when they tried to shoot the darts into them, their skin was rough. Again, like it kind of starts pointing again towards little ones.
It was a good throwback to hear their sound,
their
voice.
Oh my gosh!
Like, that's how I knew it was the little ones.
Yeah.
Dude, I heard it and I got chills. I was like, oh no!
You can tell their specific sound.
I again haven't listened to the Story of Survival in a while, so
it's been a minute.
So now and then we went back after they disappeared, after Oliver walked away. Nakoma started to talk to Vera and said, can we go to your room now? And Nakoma's curious about their trainings. No, that's with fingers.
maybe not anymore. Fingers is down and out.
Nakoma is curious about their trainings now too. I love the way she said this. What they know, how'd she say it? Now they know about how I do things. Maybe I want to know about them. Like trying to convince Vera. Tell me
they
more.
know how I survived.
Vera was all for it. Vera was like,
yeah. It's hilarious the way she say, because it's transitioned from mad to sad to now it's like, hey, come on, man.
Dude, I'm so happy the two finally are having a moment where they're like, not one of them's not at the other one's throat.
Yeah.
From the beginning, one of them has always been at the other one's throat, and it's honestly been really annoying. So it feels good to finally have them be like, okay, we're not friends, but we're okay now.
Right. Well, especially when Vera heard what happened to her mom, that's when it's like, Nakoma, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm butchering your voice action. I'm butchering that.
Yep.
Hey, you don't have to agree. Okay. Now we transitions to the slaves in Hackberry. They're being terrorized by the Boar and the Prim's people. They stopped shooting. The Boar called on the radio and seemed to be weary. Alex answered the call. Boar thought they were done and damaged till Alex said, "Is that all you've got?" And then after that, all of Ultron's people showed up, and Thor said, "You had to ask." Sorry. Alex said, "Big bad boar." Like last time, Alex compared her to the big bad wolf in Three Little Pigs, because he said, "Hop and fuff all you want, little piggy." Yeah.
Dude was being, honestly, dude was being so savage. Like,
I was like, "Whoa, that will make her mad."
I was dying.
He was antagonizing her like crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Was good.
He knows her buttons.
Yeah, he is doing everything, and he's doing everything perfectly.
Right, absolutely.
Everything.
Absolutely.
He did good. He did good in the scene.
And especially, I mean, the best part is when he dropped his name, and that's like, oh crap, this was Rick all along. What the?
Yeah. It was such a good and powerful moment, because like I got chills, like, because she just started getting flashbacks. She's like, I know this. Why do I know this? I shouldn't know this random dude.
Yeah.
He's like, by the way.
And he dropped the full name. Like, she only knows Alex. That's the only thing she knows is Alex, not your full name.
That was hilarious.
Power move right there.
I know, right? Now, with that triggered her to shoot harder in the inner side of the city. Seal was worried about the ammo that they are burning. Boar said that she can just get more from the Republic. After that, Alex responded again. That shocked the boar and said who it was. Alex finally said who he was. While the boar was figuring everything out, we hear gunshots and people getting hit.
Yeah, I didn't know. I must have completely forgot about the underground tunnels through the town.
I said that last episode.
I forgot about it too.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I said another access to the Atlas,
right?
But the car, because I mentioned about the car, it might have been they might have used a different path to use when they used the car. This might have not been it, but I said there's got to be another access.
No, I think it was the elevator that they used for the car.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't have used this because it was a subway. Track or rail, and there were countermeasures and and all that stuff. So
yeah, because Alex said that they can walk; they don't have to use the subway; they can just walk. Yeah,
but it was a smart.
Yeah, I mean, he was booking it all the way across.
Yeah,
right.
With Gus,
I know. No, but it's interesting too that I love that Gloria clarified it for us listeners, because we could have been like, why didn't Gloria suggest that the first time? Why are we pushing the elevator? There's a subway. And then Gloria said, this is why I didn't suggest it the first time. I was like, okay, all right, you're touching your bases, Casey. I see what you're doing.
That was good.
We coming for it.
Yeah,
that was good.
So they couldn't find the shooters, and you can hear the fear in Boar's voice. This is the very first time we hear the freak out moments, like, oh crap,
she's losing control of the situation.
I'm losing this.
Yep.
And then
really good.
And then
it gets worse.
And then after that, I freaking love the rewind sound in this track.
Dude,
it was awesome. Like
to going back of the conversation.
I totally didn't realize it was a rewind sound.
That was a rewind sound. Yeah.
I listened to it 2 hours ago, and I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I was.
But I know what you're talking about. But yeah,
that was good. That was good.
Dang it, stupid camera.
We'll just pause it on that. That was good. Are you hardlined?
I am. I think it might have been my computer. It just needs to be reboot. It's okay.
We'll reboot for the next one.
Yeah, I know. So they couldn't. I love that. I knew that was happening too. When as soon as I heard it, it's like, oh, we're rewinding.
That was so good.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Yeah.
I wonder if he just got a tape recorder and just the rewind button and recorded the sound. That was awesome. Now
we hear the other side of this conversation with Alex's point of view.
Yep.
Now, this is the reason why I wanted you to, if you could hear my computer, because we have a message from Casey.
Ooh.
Oh.
Explaining how he did this whole recording thing.
Sweet.
Thank you, Casey.
Absolutely.
We haven't heard it yet, but we're excited to hear it. So.
Hello. This was actually probably the easier way of explaining it because I'm running around this morning and sort of ran out of time. So I was like, I'll just send him a message. Maybe that'll be good. Who knows? Maybe it would be beneficial for if you want to include it in the We're Not Dead show. It might be kind of fun. I don't know. Up to you. I'll just kind of slate it as that and then let you go from there.
We will.
So yeah.
I told you that. We will.
Hey, We're Not Dead crew. So I wanted to give you a little bit extra tidbit about this week's episode and kind of explain it a little bit. So if you listen to this episode, there's two different timelines that are going on at the same time. You have the Boar's perspective, and then you also have Alex's perspective. Well, that group, if you know what I mean. And they cross many different times. You have Alex talking to the Boar and Boar talking to Alex in different perspectives. Well, the most difficult part about this episode was to make sure that all of those coincided in real time, meaning that if you were to overlap the Boar's scene on top of Alex's scene, they would coincide time-wise. The shots that are done from the cannons in the Boar's scene have impacts in Alex's scene at the exact time when they're supposed to be. So this was one of the most complicated episodes for that reason, to get all those little elements combined, not to mention all the other effects that are going on around the characters, buildings falling down, and just there's so many little intricate elements in this one that made it sort of one of the harder episodes that we've had to do, especially this season. And this episode was actually mine for sound design. This was the one, because I edit every single episode in some capacity with the other editors. Like, we'll go back and forth between vocal cuts and sound effects and things like that. But this one I had to do, I took total responsibility over it because I knew it was going to have some really complex elements. And that timing thing was just a real pain. And if you listen closely, there's actually a couple areas that have a little bit of some dead air because we had to have the other scene sort of, keep going while the other one is going on. And so it made it a little bit more complicated than that because we actually filled in some extra walla in the background and had to rearrange a few things to make it work. But I think overall it was pretty successful. Anyway, I hope that all makes sense. And keep on We're Not Deading.
Awesome.
Beautifully done.
Beautifully done. That's amazing information. That's awesome. It really makes me want to export that into Logic and separate the sound and actually have it line up and all that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
For the record, that was the first time I listened to that. I didn't listen to it when he sent it to me. I want to listen to it with you guys. Just want to clarify.
I don't like to be excluded.
Something in me doesn't believe you, but that's okay.
I'm being for real. I want to do everything with you guys, okay? Wait, hold on.
What if he started that out with, don't share this with anyone? What are you going to do? Sorry, guys.
Well, the best thing is, we're not live.
True.
That's fair.
You start playing it, and then what everyone else hears is radio edit.
Yeah, exactly. But I really like that. I like when he said that, you notice there's some dead airs in there because the other scene has to finish first. It reminded me of, there was one movie where the movie was, he is narrating himself, so everything that he's doing, he has to stop and think and think of any possibilities, and he's basically talking to himself, right? And then someone commented, try to listen to this with no audio, just subtitles. You can see his face just this the whole time because that scene has to go first. So the other person talking to him is just literally staring at him. That's what it reminded me of it.
That's funny.
Creepy
funny.
Huh?
I don't know what movie that is.
I forgot the movie. It's not even that popular, but yeah, that's the thing that it reminded me. But yeah, that is true because he was precisely done well, timing wise.
Yeah, this was
right?
all in one go, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really well done.
Yeah, because I asked him, would it be possible that they're all recording at the same time and then you just cut it?
That's what I was curious about. Like if they had them in two different rooms, kind of thing, making the recordings, and so the interaction of the verbiage and all that was. They didn't have to repeat themselves and get the same tone and stuff like that for the other scene and stuff. So I was curious on how that happened.
Yeah,
I mean, he didn't really explain that part, but just it was. I mean, either way, no matter what you do, it's still a lot of editing. And,
it was still a lot of editing and
exactness, and so
exactness.
Yes,
the precision.
I'm calling that a word right now. I know that when someone listens to this, I'll get called out on that, but that's okay.
This episode is full of correction, wording English correction.
Oh, I let a few go already.
We're just gonna have someone type out our entire transcript. And be like, wrong.
Wait, exactness is a word. Did I say exactness?
I don't know.
I think I did.
Let's rewind it.
It is a
quick.
word.
Let's. Now.
I just instantly thought of Ace Ventura.
Oh yeah. That was good.
Nice.
While they were preparing for this attack and they're getting inside the bunker or Atlas, of course, freaking Gus has to be outside.
Bruh.
Okay, get ready. Here it comes. Oh shit!
The kid! Alex! He's still in the bank!
Grit, go! I'll get him! Stay there! Stay there! I'm coming!
I had to go potty and then the horse ran off. I'm sorry.
It's okay,
I'm
man.
sorry.
It's okay, I got you.
No!
We can't stay here. This place is coming down.
The bombs!
Look at me. Get on my back and close your eyes. Can you do that?
I don't know.
Just grab on. Piggyback, okay? Piggyback. Okay. Hop on. I got you.
Okay.
Hold on. Buddy, not in my ear, okay? Hold on.
Hurry! The barn's coming apart!
Oh, God.
No.
Close the tunnel door!
That scared me. That scared me.
No.
I was about to get real sad, but
of course,
and also the reason is hilarious. I had to go to the bathroom, and the horse ran away. I'm sorry.
It's so cute. It's so adorable. And then you get him. No.
He did amazing in that scene. Like it was great. His screaming, like it was so well done.
Him and Alex, like Gus, don't grab my ears.
That was so well done.
It was good.
That was good.
So I was still worried about. I put it right here. I was still worried about the boar going back, and going back there and seeing their tracks, because she will come back there, and Alex and Dad had a little bit of conversation about this later on, and we find out what happened. But I was worried that she could just be, because she knows, oh, they're right here. This is where they stop, so I can just go back here and look, right? But Grant explained that the tunnels are blocked now, so I think they're fine through that, so they won't be able to see the
they
tunnel.
leveled the entire town basically, and so
yeah. And it's the entrance has got to be blocked.
It's a desert, so after a time it's gonna erase all the little dust track that they have.
Right.
What, 2,000 people that they have to track?
Well, it's not just the steps, but also just knowing that they stopped there, so we don't have to go far. We just have to look here for days and weeks, and then eventually, if that tunnel is not blocked, eventually they'll find it. Yeah. But now it's blocked, so they can't. Boar's people left. The responsible Alex came out. While Gloria was ready to rest, Alex is responsible and said, we need to take care of the people first. That was really good. That was good. That sounds like a Michael kind of thing, but more empathetic instead of the Michael. No, we don't have time to grieve. No, we're going to do this first. No, like Alex said, no. Come on. Grant said, you have helpers now, which is true.
Yeah,
you got engineers, you got doctors, you got amazing people.
It really makes me curious about what the full strength of the Atlas is, when everything is working at peak condition.
Yeah.
I mean, and what improvements they can do to it. I mean, she says there's enough to fit 2,000 people in there.
Mm-hmm.
When they're all spread out, yeah.
Yeah, and even if they're spread out, so it's huge. But like back in Gold Rush, like there were automated defenses. I mean, there was a ton of stuff. So like I'm real curious and excited to know if we hear or see what is done with the Atlas through those engineers repairing stuff.
That'll be awesome. And she'll be happy. Her Atlas will start working again.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Instead of just like the small little like quadrants at a time.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy though? Isn't it crazy how Jay's gonna attack me again about this whole? It's not a theory. It's just an observation. Okay. Hear me out.
He's hearing.
Okay. All these things were what is the right term for it? Where it's not coincidence, but it's so like the boar, instead of she's a pig, and it's reversed. So she's attacking them instead of her being the wolf, like the Three Little Pigs kind of situation. You get what I'm saying? What is that word?
Not vice versa. It's not.
No, it's like I don't know. It's like other way around or something. Because like the boar is the pig, but in the story
opposite?
Yeah. So the oppositeness of this story, right?
Hang on, I know what you're talking about. That's not the right.
The
I know
way
what
you
word you're
put it.
looking for.
Yeah.
Open oppositeness is hilarious, but no.
You started this.
Keep going. Let me think about it.
So the reason why I said this, because I know the name of the place is Atlas, and in Greek mythology, we know Atlas is the person that carried the whole world, right?
Yes.
But in anime, you can hate this. In anime, in One Piece, what is Atlas in One Piece? Atlas in One Piece is the big ship. If you get to the Fishman Island.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's the ship, which reminds me of Noah's Ark. But here it's the reverse Noah's Ark, because it's the animals attacking the ship instead of going in the ship.
That's a complete stretch.
Dude, oh my gosh! The way your mind
an
works
observation.
needs to be studied.
It's just an observation, because it's just the like reverse. Everything is just reverse. You know, the reverse of the boar being the wolf, and now it's the reverse of, instead of the animal going there, it's the people going there.
And you know what's crazy? Casey has no clue of what you're saying, and it just
exactly.
is happening. He's like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
This is my idea.
No, we went from Exodus to Noah's Ark. We went from Moses to Noah's Ark. But yeah, are you trying to figure out the term?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I mean, contrasting is one, but like the words that came up were converse, antithetical.
Yeah.
But that's not the word
I don't know.
I'm
But
looking
I feel
for.
like it's like contradiction, the contradictory.
Inverse?
Inverse?
Inverted.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. We'll find out eventually. Now we get to Grant said you have helpers now. We find out that he has Alex has concussion. He started puking. Alex said Boar is gonna be pissed. Before that, Gloria said, "Oh, I can help you with that. I bumped my head multiple times, with shooting this movie." And then Alex said, "Is this why you're like this?"
That was a good one. Alex, that was a good one.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful. Yeah.
Yes. Logic. Everything makes sense now.
And then we get to the board. This episode, by the way, oh my gosh, so many great things. It's not even new information per se. It's just information overload.
Yes.
Right?
Crazy.
Yes.
Oh, dude, how many times you like shocked almost every scenes of this episode? Because this is the biggest one too in this last part of the episode.
Back to back.
Oh my gosh, bro. We get to Boar, right?
Yeah.
And I thought this was a huge thing. They got to Prim. They saw the place is deserted. I was like, oh man, this is great. I thought that was it. But no, they left.
Well,
go ahead.
I say, that's like, it didn't register until she got back realizing it was all empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
they left before some of the chaos. They didn't see Cole come get Fredo. They didn't see some of that stuff happen, because the moment that Nick got attacked, that's when she mobilized.
Yeah, that's when they were all disappearing.
You found it.
So she's like, okay, my people are handling it. See ya.
Yeah, because they left when the walls exploded, right? When the wall exploded.
No, when she learned that they were escaping.
Yeah. So when the wall exploded.
Yes, because those were at the same time.
Yeah.
So there's two. One would be role reversal. The other one is subversion. So subversion is when a story or trope is flipped to challenge expectations, but role reversal is exactly what it is when characters swap their traditional roles.
Interesting.
So
I like that.
Yeah.
There you go.
It also says parody, but this wasn't funny, so we all know what a parody is.
That's the word.
That one not right.
I know that word.
We all know parody.
I know that word.
I got this one.
Actually, before that, this is good to mention. While the whole shootout is happening, Seal got shot. Boar wants to leave him. Jackal was gonna leave till he begged and called him by his name.
All right, so was anyone else hoping that Seal was going to turn against Boar and like join the survivors?
Yeah,
I know.
I thought that was coming for so long.
I wanted it,
and I was
so
like,
bad.
please leave him behind so that they come out and they help heal him, and then he joins them. I was like, that would have been awesome.
Right.
And then they took him.
Yeah.
And that dream was
I
shot.
know. Leave him, Leon. Leave him.
I want to know this whole conversation naming Jackal, right? There's gotta be like we know Jackal. Jackal talks back to Boar. I feel like, I mean, maybe not when he first became an animal, but I feel like what are you? Hold on, Boar. I feel like this is the conversation. Hold on, Boar. What are you naming me? I'm gonna name you Jackal. You do know my name is Leon, right? It's close to lion. Why can't you just name me Lion? No,
right,
Jackal.
Right.
I feel like
not even. You don't even have to stretch that far. Leon, Leo.
Yeah, Leo.
Like Leo.
Leo. Yeah.
Take off the end.
We're there. You know what's with the Jackal?
I feel like what she named their animals are though have something to do with their characteristics and their personality.
Yeah, probably.
You know, seal, kind of dumb, kind of an oaf. You know, walrus was just this big beast of a thing, which kind of walruses are actually really freaking dangerous.
Yeah.
What can you say about a boar?
Boar will just charge you.
Dude,
he will just charge you. It doesn't matter if you're shooting it.
You do not want to be in front of a charging boar,
Nope.
wild boar.
No, I agree. I mean,
and then it will eat you alive. Like a boar will eat you alive.
Yeah. They'll leave nothing but the teeth.
Yes.
Take that information and do with it what you will.
Do with it what thine will.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
All I thought when she was called the boar this whole time until, well, actually, I seen her actual picture though that voiced it. It's like I thought this boar was a pig, like huge, fat, chubby.
Yeah.
Boars are.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
I thought
talking about the character. That's why she's named Boar.
And then I was like.
And
he
very
looks
hairy,
nothing like a boar. And hairy, yeah.
Wait, so the person voicing it, or an actual drawing of the character? You saw a drawing of the character, or the actual person?
The actual person that voices her.
Oh, okay.
What the heck?
Not saying that you are. Forgive me if that's how it came out. No, not at all.
Oh crap!
I was wondering if you were going to.
Every episode we get canceled.
You're going to cover yourself on that one, bro.
Every episode we get canceled.
It's just that's how I pictured the boar. Everything. See, walrus is a fitting name. Seal, fitting name, but the board too. I'm like, but after you said the description, it made sense.
All right, this is what we're clapping because we're cutting that part. I'm just kidding. We're not cutting that part. We're leaving it in.
That's gonna be the intro.
It's gonna be the intro.
Just the part of I thought the boar was fat. Like,
is that what I'm gonna just shoot myself in the foot even further. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry.
Now, when they get there, they said that they left half the forces behind, but it's quiet until they heard infected.
We all knew what happened.
Yes. Yep. Boar was calling to Jackal, and then all of a sudden, saw him got attacked and beaten because you can hear like the sound.
You also hear like the pain and the screams.
The scream. Yep. Boar got inside the building. Jackal followed her, which this is funny because it didn't register in Boar. Like, oh crap, you got beaten though. Like, what the heck? Stay away.
I don't think she knew he got bit at that point, did she?
No, but it's still like no.
She might not know. Yeah, she saw him get attacked. But I mean, even if I see someone get attacked, dude, I ain't gonna be like, oh,
exactly.
Good, you're here. Like,
right. Yeah, and knowing Boar too, because she's been surrounded with a lot of infected contestants.
At the same time, the Boar is not in her right mind at this point. She's panicked. She's freaked out. She just lost everyone and everything. The one person that she's like, I have this person at least, lost him. Oh, he's back. Oh my gosh, like safety net.
Right.
Now, one thing I will say about the boar, in this moment, you see her show significant emotion towards what just happened.
Oh my God.
Like you can actually hear the sorrow in her voice when she has to do take care of him.
Like, my animal broke. Absolutely.
Like it just destroyed her, and like up until now, she's been very unemotional about anything that's happened.
Yeah, she had no doubt.
At least, well, maybe not unemotional, but unempathetical. She had no empathy towards anyone, and there was no sorrow or sadness about anything that happened or anyone who died until her family, her zoo, perished.
Her animals.
She gave a lot of that like strong empathy. The where it's like my people are like I protect my people, but it's like you're always showing saving face when you're even saying that, to where you're like I don't know if it's true.
Yeah.
Because she was always very upfront with like her family, her zoo, like that's her family, that's all she has, and like she'll do everything to protect them. But like the way she would act towards some people and some of them even, she's like, just leave them. Like were so it made it seem like it wasn't real until this moment.
Yeah. So when she stabbed Jackal out of nowhere, another infected showed up, and she stabbed that infected.
Those feet running though,
know.
my gosh,
And the
amazing
sound,
sound effects on that.
Non-flashbacks.
It kind of makes a little shiver up your spine when you just hear that that pitter patter just get quicker and quicker and quicker, and it's just like in your head. I can imagine it just like, and just oh man,
Right.
Nope,
right.
it's
Intense.
nightmare for sure.
I was just thinking of like the first like couple times that we would see like the infected outside the wall and stuff like that. That's all I saw. Because then you would just hear them running up on people. Like, what is that? God, they're just there. Like they're just there. You're like, I hear sound. They're there.
It was the only hint that something was about to happen, and
Yeah.
Right.
you would hear it, and you're like, they're coming.
I genuinely almost thought that this was gonna bite her, but not kill her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was happy to see that that's not what happened, but that's what I had expected in this exact moment.
Yeah, so when she heard that sound, she stabbed the infected, and I wrote in here, man, this chick can fight. Like, she can fight.
Game. Begin.
What did you say? What? Alvin, you can... But you're one of them.
He's waiting.
Who? What the hell are you looking at?
Knife.
This. Bert gave this to me. You can't have it. You want it? Come and get it.
I think you're right.
Yes.
Yeah, at least two. And she didn't have a gun. She only had a knife. That's it. From Bert.
And, as I say, I wanted to point out it was the knife from Bert.
Yeah.
She really
led to a very interesting answer from her too later. But we'll get to that.
Yeah. Then another voice came out and said, "Oh my gosh, bro, this scene, sheesh, games begin."
So intense,
right?
So intense,
right?
And then said, "Boar." I'm like, and I knew for sure. I knew before she even said it. I was like, "This is Alvin, 100%.
Yeah,
this is Alvin." We find out that it was Alvin, and then he said he's waiting, and then after he said that, you can hear someone laughing in the background, like which is I assume is Buffalo Bill. There's no other question, right? It can't be Walrus because Walrus is gone.
No, I thought it was Cole laughing just to.
I thought it was Cole.
Yeah.
Was it Cole? Because
I think it was Cole. Cole's the one who controls him.
I thought
I think it's
Fredo
Buffalo Bill
or Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, because
I thought it was one of those two. I don't think that I don't think Cole is in the room.
Yeah.
I think Cole might be either in the arena or in the in the Boar's office.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's not Cole, my bet would be Buffalo Bill because I would say Fredo is long gone.
Like dead?
Well,
No, like
I thought Fredo was the one that
out.
talked at the end.
No, that's what I'm saying. I would say Buffalo Bill because I would assume that I would think Fredo got out of there because he hates the infected, and so he was.
Oh no.
Killing
I think when he got bit, because he changed. Fredo changed too.
Yeah, he changed.
I think his thought process is gone. He completely
Cole
different
has complete
infected
control
now.
over them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I wouldn't think it's Cole because the one that answered Cole is the same person that was laughing, and I don't think Cole will refer to himself, even though it's an infected, to a in the third person. Cole,
I agree.
Because he responded.
Yeah, I thought Fredo was the one that answered at the very end, like the super deep voice.
Yeah,
I thought that was Fredo.
Well,
Right.
I thought it was cool because if you hear the ending credits, the one who voiced Cole was Casey.
Yeah, they did state Cole.
Yeah.
Well,
Which was cool
no,
when he did his
Well,
voice.
Casey-
Casey Whalen,
Yeah.
and he had the change on there. That was really
That was
cool.
awesome.
So yeah, they did state Cole as being
So
in
I
this
did
episode.
miss that then.
Oh, he did say Cole.
Okay.
They
as
did say Casey Whalen voiced Cole. So yeah, it was Cole.
No. He literally said, and
At least for
Casey
that last
Whalen
line.
asked Cole.
Yeah.
Oh,
Casey
okay.
said it himself.
So
Yeah.
that would at least be the last line. I don't
In a
think that
really
I still
cool
don't think that was the
voice.
laugh, but
Right.
I would think that I don't think the laugh was him, but I would agree that at least the if that's in there, then he was probably the last line, just that last little one-liner.
Yeah. Yeah, or maybe might be all three of them are in there. Because remember, after he said Cole, Boar said, "What are you smiling about?" And that's when he said, "The knife." Which I thought it was Alvin, but that could be Cole responding because the sound that Alvin made is different than the sound that this person said. So all three of them might be in the same room. Or it could be just Alvin and Cole. So Alvin said knife. Boar said Bert gave it to me, and they can't have it. Hold on. What did you say? What did you say about the knife, Ace?
I thought that was a super interesting line
Right.
because it can come across as two different ways.
Yeah.
One, this is my last defense, you're not taking it. Or what we kind of all joked about before with she had an actual affection for Bert.
Yeah.
So she's like, no, I actually care about this, is kind of where you could also take that specific line.
Yeah. I think the knife, remember it's Bert's knife that he found in the
at the crash site.
Crash site that did you say crack site?
No, I said crash
You
site.
did.
The
You
crash
did.
site. I know. I thought that's what he said, so I just repeated it.
Gaslighting's wild.
The crash site, right? And he found this from one of the soldiers. I think it's the pilot or some.
It was
someone.
the pilots.
So remember we talked about this. How did Cole get to Prim? Cole was following the smell of the knife.
Yes.
That's what he's following.
Oh, that's right. That's what Casey confirmed, right?
Yep. Casey said that. Well, he didn't confirm about the knife, but he said that he's following the group. He's following Bert's group, and he's following them because of the knife, or through the knife.
Makes sense.
Yep. Yeah. But I don't think Bourne knows that. But for her, she protected that knife with her dear life.
Yeah.
and going back
smartly so, wisely
Right.
so.
Yeah. and I think it could be for between those two reasons, or it could be both, like what you said, for protection and also affection. Oh, I like that. Protection or affection. That's a title right there. Protection or affection. And so I'm a little confused about this. Maybe you guys can explain to me.
Probably.
I hear after she said that you can't have it, and then about when the attack's about to happen, I hear an elevator sound when
What?
she said, "Come and get me."
My picture to that, because she's in the barn.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's trying to go up to her little pet room.
I honestly didn't hear that.
My picture is that she's fighting her way to get into the elevator, and then she sees them. But what confused me is Alvin says to her, "It's like he's waiting." It's like who? And then Cole. But my picture is that they're coming after her while the door is closing.
Or you think they might be in the elevator?
Too small of a space to.
I think if she's in an elevator, I think it's just her.
Because you guys heard the elevator sound, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
Either the door opening.
Yeah,
or
so
door
I'm agreeing
closing.
with you that the elevator's in
Yeah.
play here.
Yeah.
But like I said before, I think Cole could be waiting in her office, which could be where she's trying to go.
Yeah.
So I think what happened is they walked up to her and kind of like, while she's trying to get in, they're like, nah, like, we've got you.
Yeah, and then, and then while they're
you
talking,
ain't getting away, sorry.
Yeah, so while they're talking, they went in with her in the elevator, right? And then
that,
they started.
Yeah,
and
that
then,
I believe more.
And then the whole conversation is happening while the elevator is going up. And then when she said, "Come and get me," it's like the Captain America scene, you know, like, "Hey guys, before we do this."
But I don't know about that because like at the end, like she tried to fight them.
No. I'm talking about like the Civil War, not the not the end game. It's like, "Hey guys, before we do this, anybody want to get out?" And then the fight happened.
No, I know, but I'm saying I don't think she got in the elevator with them.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Because it ends with her fighting them and getting attacked.
Her screaming, yeah. I literally just listened to it.
Screaming.
But you do hear the ding, and then she screams as somebody's running at her. Now you don't know if they clash or not, but
yeah.
Well, like you hear her like getting ready for the fight and like start like slashing and stuff like that, and then her war cry almost turns into a scream of pain.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's insinuating she got bit, but no confirmation. I think she's just getting taken because they're going to force her to play a game. Or she's going to end up becoming like a hunter, basically, for Cole.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Boar's going to die here. I feel like she's way too important character. And they're going to bring her to the next season, for sure. I feel like it's going to go down.
Yeah, there's too much that can still be used for her.
Yeah. My next question here is, what do you think happened to Seal?
I think he's a cockroach.
I think he's dead.
No, I think he's still alive.
I think he's still alive.
I thought he was dead the last
don't
time.
Don't say that about Seal.
I thought he died when I keep forgetting.
Right. He'd probably still be in the truck, wouldn't he?
Oh no, Riley.
Yeah, when Riley shot him with the bow, it's like, oh good, he's finally gone. He was annoying. Then you hear him on the next scene.
Seal's a fighter.
Then maybe he saw everything happen and he's gonna book it out of there, and he's still gonna join everyone else.
Or it might be the key to save Boar out of there.
No, screw the Boar.
That would be interesting.
Yeah,
I definitely don't think that one, but that would be very interesting.
Because
she wanted to abandon him.
That's what I'm saying. For story wise, you know, you wanted to abandon me, but I am the key to save you. Kind of situation.
I don't think he would go that far. I think he would say, "Screw her. I'm gonna go back to. I'm gonna get out of here and save myself."
Or it could be like worse. I'm looking for Jackal, and then he ran to the Boar.
Oh, that would be heartbreaking if he did. Yeah, because he did get helped back.
Yeah.
So it's like,
if I remember right, Jackal.
It would be heartbreaking if he ended up like going in and running into Jackal like that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that'd be actually heartbreaking.
Right.
Yeah.
And then see Boar and ended up saving her, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but
so
I don't think he's dead.
I don't think that part's gonna come in. I think if anything, he's gonna he might find out what happened with her and just leave.
Yeah. You mentioned something that made me think of something I was gonna say earlier. Do you think that at some point that I'm going back a bit, Nakoma, that we are going to either hear the story or that Nakoma is going to encounter her mom?
Oh
no,
no body, right? No body, no dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the logic with that. I don't think that's gonna be.
It's already been 18 years since then, so.
No. Fredo's still alive.
I'll say that part's a weak defense. I won't say the 18 years thing because, with how this world works,
it's not that
she
simple.
could be anywhere now.
Yeah,
I mean, 18 years, her mom could be anywhere.
She 100% could be. I do agree with that.
But she could be
gone. She could be, but she could also just be down the street for all we know.
And
or back at the reservation somewhere.
Yeah,
true. Back at the reservation.
Well, no. Isn't the thing in the reservation? The frogs?
Yes.
So the mom wouldn't be in the reservation.
Why not?
Because Nakoma goes in the reservation to get more frogs.
So
as playing devil's advocate in this moment, what if she is still there though? Not even sneaking. What if she just is there and that was something that was omitted from the story?
Oh, gotcha.
That's something 100% Nakoma would do. Do I think that's what's happening? No, I think
it will make sense.
I think that story's concluded. She's dead.
She's waiting for a cure.
I think so too.
That could be it, or maybe it's to protect her mom. I mean, you know how defensive she is protecting her frogs. Maybe she wants to keep her mom safe too, or whatever.
Yeah.
No, or it could be, you know that what is that one zombie movie? Shaun of the Dead, because you're my best friend, so you turn to a zombie, I'm gonna keep you with me, you know.
you're just my pet.
Yeah, my mom is a zombie in the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sucks. That's cruel though to keep your mom alive as a zombie like that.
Do you think her dad's gonna play out in this whole thing, or?
I hope so, because I still hope that she's associated with the family in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would still really like that to become a point.
Because she only said that her dad
in the future.
Yeah, she only said that her dad is just out, rarely or never comes home because he's always out for work, right?
Yeah,
just work.
When that time when they got attacked,
at the time he was gone. I think is what
that time when they got attacked,
said.
he was gone. Yeah,
getting milk.
Like they didn't say where he like. They just said that he was
for
like
a few years
in a different area. Yeah.
Yeah, like job maybe like out of the city kind of situation. Yeah.
I think we said that joke like the last 3 episodes.
Oh heck yeah,
because that was during the outbreak, not Boulder, right?
For the
dad.
I think at that time.
Wait.
I think at that time she said it was something about like
before the outbreak,
the beginning of the outbreak.
Yes,
because that's when they were learning how to do stuff.
Yes. Yep. So beginning of the outbreak.
I could 100% be mixing that part.
No,
up, though, there was a lot.
I'm 98% sure it was before the outbreak when he was gone. Yeah. Yes.
You know, I didn't know toxicology was a thing.
Really? Toxicology is super fascinating, actually.
I mean, I would think that's more of an underground assassin kind of thing, but then it makes kind of sense if you use venom as a way of curing things. Because that's what her mom was studying.
It's not venom; it's poison.
Poison.
Yeah.
She was studying poison to help find cure for things, right? That's what her mom was studying for.
Yeah, she was like old school, like medicine kind of stuff.
Yeah, natural stuff versus the synthetics. That was good. Yeah.
All right. Well, I cannot wait to see what's going on with the other groups, with Bert's group and Peg's.
Yeah.
Hopefully by then we'll find out.
I want to finally hear what happened to Riley. Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to Riley? Riley's not.
We're gonna have to go back so far to get that information
right.
at this point. Like
that's so many rewind.
There's just a whole episode of it.
I genuinely, it's just one big rewind. I genuinely hope that when we do go back to them, I won't be upset if it doesn't happen this way, but I hope it kind of fast forwards for them a little bit.
Yeah.
Where like we're not back in the helicopter where she's struggling for life, blah 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 blah. Like
they're already
I would
back
just kind of like it to be, like they're back home and they're working on the next step. They're like, after all this, like we finally got home. Da 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 da. Like I want it to be that point of the story.
That would make sense too, because if it takes, it could take them a day or so to get back home.
Yeah.
Maybe not a day or so, but hours at least.
It takes some time. Yeah.
They could easily transfer to them being back home. They're in the hospital already getting help, and nothing has happened since then. They could do a quick recap, quote unquote, of what Hogs Dawson has done.
I like what you did there. I like what you
did. Fascinating thing, right? Fascinating thing about the name Dawson. So do you remember the name of the guy who started it? What's his first name?
David Dawson.
Yeah, David. Dawson, the meaning of Dawson is David. So his name is David.
Interesting.
That's actually really funny.
His name is David.
I love that.
David. Yeah.
So it's not wrong calling him Dawson at the same time David.
Yeah. It's you basically calling him that.
That's funny. That's really interesting.
Yeah, David. What else are we expecting to happen? Oh, Nick and Will story.
Yep. Finally getting on that train.
Yep, getting on the train. Actually, I feel like we're not gonna get any story in the train. I think we're gonna get a story when they reach Republic.
I don't know.
I just want to
Republic.
I know I have no problem with Nick finding his way at hopping into it, but I wonder how Will's going to respond on a moving train. I mean, it depends if the train is moving fast or slow.
Right. Or at least chasing the train. Like we get to the scene where they chase the train and hop in it.
And then we get a scene of Tom Cruise running on the top of the train.
Well, we know for sure though. Once Nick and Will gets to Republic, they're gonna see Walrus, and then they're gonna be like, "What the heck is he doing here?"
Speaking of Walrus,
you know what I mean?
I'm super
excited about that
he
part.
has no clue after
I'm sorry. Well, do you think once he gets there, right? Because I feel like Walrus should have been in Republic at that point.
He should.
And if he had
100%.
If he had Nick's vial or blood, and if it's true that they're checking his immunity, they would have known at that point that he's immune, right?
Maybe. It depends on how they're going to be doing the checking for this, because we don't know how checking for something like this would even work.
Right.
It's such a random, unique case that do they even know how to test for immunity? Like
right
now, because there's a lot of what if factors when it comes to that, especially.
But either way, I think Walrus would have known that something's weird about Nick's blood. That's why Boar wanted the Republic to get it.
I do agree with that.
And then, oh shoot, that light it keeps happening. You need to unplug the bottom, and I think it's overheat. Like if you touch that XLR, it's like warm. I know.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah.
Snap.
Can you touch that XLR real quick? If it's warm, is that warm?
It's warm, but not hot like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is like
burning you.
Ow. Yeah.
So there might be a faulty wire.
Yeah. Anyway, so I what I can think of is Nick will get there, and he thinks
you gonna
that
turn it off? It's gonna make it dark.
Hold on. We're almost done. Nick thinks that everything is good because nobody recognized me here. I'm in the Republic and things like that. And then Walrus will see him. It's like, yeah, we need to get that kid, kind of thing. And then he'll get stuck in Republic.
And then it's gonna become another escape, race against the clock kind of thematic.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening because Walrus is there too with him.
Yes.
I feel like imagining Walrus' process from there to Republic, because he has no clue what's going on at Prim.
Yeah,
he's just happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
Taking this as a big
win.
He
at least knows that Nick is trying to escape.
Well, yeah, but
he knows stuff is going on, but he doesn't know what happened.
Yeah, not Cole. He didn't know about the Cole part.
He doesn't know the outcome.
I love this darkness.
All
right,
it's my old friend.
Do we have anything else? Anything else that we want to add?
I don't think so.
No, I'm just waiting for the next one. I'm ready for the next.
I love this darkness. This is great.
I'm trying to remember if there was anything else that I wanted to add, but I can't. Oh, comments.
Oh, comments.
That's right.
Oh, did you want to say anything, by the way, about the Republic?
I'm
sorry, I cut you off.
It was just the whole blood thing that Ace was saying, that how long it'll take. I would assume they are well advanced, because you remember how they were saying they had other things that probably advanced compared to Westport. Like they have what did Alvin said, or one of them said something that they have a port for planes and stuff like that, hydrogen something
hydroplanes.
Things to fuel their plane and stuff. So I'm assuming they're well advanced in what they got going on.
And I definitely think that they're advanced, and I definitely think they have the capability to do a lot of that stuff. I just don't know specifically about testing immunity, because they've never had someone immune. So how could they, how would you know if you know how to test for it even?
Yeah.
Well, you got a mad scientist who's willing to test dead bodies that they keep, shipping over there.
Unless they learned something from Tanya.
Yeah.
Which is very, very possible.
Yeah, but even with that, and on Ace's point is, what do you do with the blood? Do you inject it to someone and assume that it will work?
I mean, if you're a scientist, if they have a scientist in the group, there's ways that people test us for immunities on anything.
Oh, I guess you're right. You just mix the infected blood to this blood and see if it fights.
See how it interacts.
Yeah. And then after that, while you're testing that, a guy, tall guy with white beard will show up and shoot you in the face because you're trying to kill his daughter.
Is that an anime reference?
No, it's Last of Us.
Oh. Yeah, I just started watching the first season.
Yeah, it's good.
So I'm through the first, mostly through the first season.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings on the whole thing.
I know, me too.
All
Especially
in all,
Ellie. Ugh. Okay, anyway.
Oh, the main character?
Yeah.
She's so annoying.
Yeah, she is.
So annoying. Mainly watch it for Pedro.
Pedro Pascal, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Casey's last comment is one of my favorites on there.
He said he's excited about Pedro. He's Joel's character. We're not going to tell you. Anyway, let's talk about the comment section. Fun little thing. Gus is the nickname shortening of Augie, and then I said, I'm not going to read this. I basically just told him that I don't like the name Gus.
I do like that. That Augie's the one voicing him, and it's actually his legitimate nickname, which was really cool.
Casey said, took a while to complete this episode this week. Just been tackling a lot with future episodes. Great show as always. Thank you, Casey. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Omri is congratulating us for taking over We're Not Dead. Yes, that's us.
Woo!
We're not
Thank
dead.
Appreciate it.
This one is a bust. It's a bust theory. If Alex's plan is to call the infected again, things will get a lot worse. As Cole, Fredo, Bill, a bunch of scorpions, and a lot Gen 1 infected are still probably around, unless Cole took off with them, and I don't know when somewhere else now that he got his army. I'm wondering about that part of the story at this point.
Well, yeah. Now you know.
Yeah, now that answered that question.
Are there?
Yeah. Casey said, he commented and like, why believe him? Why do we need to believe him? Who is he? Is he the creator?
But just so we're clear,
of course
there's a laughing with tears emoji after that.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
he enjoyed it.
Donovan said, you guys are definitely worthy of the We're Not Dead name. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Dark Elite said his name was Henry Blackburn. Danny Trejo played his partner who double-crossed him, and then Henry shot Danny's characters in return. At least that's what Carl says, but I couldn't be wrong. Who listens to Carl anyway?
On that note.
That's wild.
On that note, if somehow Danny Trejo, you hear this, we'd love to have you on the show and talk with you. Just saying. Shot in the dark. Let us know.
Hey, shot in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Oh, no.
I think you would have fun. Just saying.
That's an accidental
throw that
intended.
out there.
Yeah. And then the whole podcast, you start from Real Life, turn into other movies that he has done.
I'd be all over, but still,
all
that would be a blast.
Yeah. All right,
Someone
that's it.
commented on the We're Not. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Oh, in the Discord, it says, "Man, I died to get in on this. I'm a huge fan of the series with a ton of theories." Oh, thank you, Darth Necreth. Sorry,
What?
It's in this Discord.
Well, I gathered that.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't pronounce his name properly.
Let me
Darth
see it.
Necreth. It's like short for necromancer. I don't know, Necreth.
Yeah, I would say Nick Rath or Nick Rath. Yeah.
Man, this episode's full of words. Okay. All right. Well,
The struggles are being exposed.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this. Please comment. Let us know if there's anything that you like, any theories that you like, really love. And also, don't forget, we're interviewing Casey in June. So if you have any questions for Casey, please comment. We're going to ask him. Just make sure We're Alive related. And nothing is spoilers. Don't ask him, hey, what the heck happened to Nick?
We could ask spoilers because if he's going to tell us, he might tell us.
I don't want to know.
But
I don't want to know. I don't.
Let's not put him on the spot.
So, Casey, is Michael in heaven?
No.
He's
right next to Angel.
Oh, that was a good one. Inspiration, brother.
No.
Inspiration there.
That was so good. That was good. I love that.
That was
I love
good.
that. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye, son.
Bye.